You're listening to the Hacienda Life Podcast, the golfing edition, with your hosts, Chris and Sue.
Hey, listeners, we are back. I know it's been a few weeks since we did a golf podcast, but that doesn't mean we've been sitting around twiddling our thumbs. No. We've had Sue out on the course, winning competitions left, right, and centre. Her golf is going through the roof. I've just been mad busy. We've had a fiesta on HDA in between, and also trying to tie down Thomas, who is the resident HDA golf teaching professional here. He's been mad busy as well. But just before we get into that interview, I just wanted to share a quick little story. Something I wasn't expecting when Thomas came round. Because listeners, you won't be surprised to hear that, a few years ago, I had a bit of a midlife crisis. Thought I was going to become a rock star. Bought a couple of guitars thinking, you know what, that is it. I'm going to be on the stage. I'm just going to be rocking it. Needless to say, I did neither of that. And I don't think I played those guitars at all. They've just sat there gathering dust. In fact, they are sort of just ornaments in my front room. So when Thomas comes through the door and he goes, I see you play the guitar. I'm like, no. Never played it in like 20 years. And then he proceeds to go, right, okay, well, he's in a rock band and he also plays the guitar along with a host of other things that he does. He's a multi-talented chap. So he then proceeds to get my guitar. After tuning it, because it, like I say, it never gets played, he does a little ditty on the guitar, which I thought was quite good fun. And I wasn't expecting that when he came up to do an interview with us. But no, multi-talented. So if you golf, if you can't sort your golf out, everybody, go to Thomas and he'll give you some guitar lessons as well. Anyway, let's get into the interview. Hope you enjoy it. Drop us a text or a WhatsApp and let us know what you thought.
Got a podcast idea you need help with? Not sure how to publish and promote it? Get in touch with funkybearproductions.com and let us show you how we can help.
Hi everybody, it's been a while since we did the last podcast, but I'm here with Sue. How are you doing, Sue?
Chris, how are you?
Not too bad. And we've also got a special guest today, is Thomas, who is, well, what is your title, Thomas?
Oh, my title? I was a coach.
So you're the resident PGA professional coach.
Yeah, so I'm a PGA professional.
Okay.
Teaching it.
And you've been teaching here on HDA for the last, 7 or 8 years?
I came here in November 2019.
Okay.
Just before COVID.
Yeah. Gosh, that was a good timing.
Yeah. And for me, I needed that break.
Yeah. And you were resident on HDA?
I was until 1st of April.
Right.
So now I live in the main street in Cartagena. I lived in Cartagena before COVID.
Yeah.
And during COVID, I came in here. It was much easier.
That's quite a drive there. That's a 30-minute drive every day.
Yeah, and it's perfect.
Is it?
You switch on and switch off, and it's really good. And the life is, I really recommend. I'm on the main street.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really, really nice.
And just for the listeners then, so although you are the resident coach here on HDA, I notice on your T-shirt, it's you golf, right? Yeah. So does that mean you're also professional at other courses that are you golf?
Yeah, so it's my company. I have a company called Starting From Scratch.
Okay.
Right, yeah, and I had some academies before this, and so I have made a contract with you golf to help them to give the service and help them to run the academies. So I'm running the academy here at Hacienda Alamo and also at the Mar Menor Golf Resort.
Because they do something like stay, pay and play. Do they still do that?
Yeah, we do that. I mean, it's all different packages, and we're working with both hotels. Their own hotels, both here in Hacienda and at the Mar Menor. So we don't really sell those packages, but if someone wants to learn how to play golf and stay in the hotel at the same time, we have those packages. We have our own discount for our clients to stay in the hotel.
And where do you spend most of your time though, out of these different courses?
At the moment, I'm only teaching at Hacienda.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So last year, had Craig Donnelly is really good. Pro helped me at Malmö North. So he was running that academy for me.
Yeah.
And then, maybe we'll come back to that a little bit later. But I helped him because I used to work at La Manga Club before.
Yes.
And then Anthony, who worked with me at my academy at La Manga Club, then he, when he took over, when I left to YouGolf, he took over the academy at.
Oh, okay.
And when he left, was a space open there. And Craig is a very good friend, and we were working so well with each other, and a really good guy. But then as a friend, I recommended him, come on, go and try see if you can get that. So he's now the head pro and running the academy at La Manga Club.
That's great.
Now, I want to dig in, right? Just to give our listeners a little bit of a background.
Yeah.
About who you are, right?
Okay.
So, and I'm going to compare it to me, right? Because you remind me so much of me. Not everybody, just a laugh, right? He got lucky and became a pro. I just had a misspent youth. So I got into golf when because I was a tennis player.
Yeah.
Right, so I used to play tennis a lot. Used to do the circuits up in North Wales when I was a teenager. I did that, and football and everything else. And when I got to the age of about 18 or 19, I realised, all my friends were in relationships, or getting married. And so if I wanted to play tennis, I needed someone else.
Yeah.
Right? And they're always like, no, I'm out with a girlfriend or whatever. So I figured, what can I do that I don't rely or don't need anyone else? And I thought, what's this golf? What's this golf game? Right? And I used to watch it on TV and thought it was boring. Right?
Yeah.
Peter Alice on a Sunday evening back in the late 70s, early 80s. And I thought, well, I'm going to give it a go. And I went and bought a starter set of golf clubs. Didn't know what I was buying. Right? We have a chain in the UK called American Golf. Yeah. And I went into this big store and I went, I just want to start. Here's my budget. And they gave me a set of clubs. And I used to go to this massive field and just hit golf balls with a 7-iron from one end to the other, and then realize, honestly, I got hooked, right? And I would go out in hailstorm, in snow, in everything, because I could do it on my own. I didn't need anyone else, and I got into it. And I used to never had any lessons to start with, and that was probably where I went wrong, because I used to watch Nick Faldo, and the South African Ernie Els. So I used to watch them, slow them down. I remember going to Birkdale to watch them in the Open and just followed them around. And I used to put them up and in the mirror copy their swing. So everyone used to say to me, "You've got a lovely swing." Right, but I used to say it doesn't go very far, right? Or it's not in directions, right? But I've got the right tempo, and so that was what got me into it. But I was reading about you, right? And I read somewhere that you started in like the early 80s, then 81. You must have been about 7 or 8 when you started. So what got you into golf?
A friend in school. First of all, I
So you're Swedish, by the way?
I'm Swedish, yeah, from Gothenburg.
Yeah.
And we can start when I was 2 years old, because I started to play table tennis when I was 2 years old. Wow. So we had that in the basement. So I had to wait. Yeah. I couldn't see over the table, so I had to wait.
I love table tennis.
Until the ball dropped down and whack it back. Okay. So I didn't really play, but I learned that. And I love sports from very early on. Table tennis, and then played a lot of tennis. Yeah. I started with basketball. And then when I was 8, a friend of mine in school, Anders, he said, you have to start golf. You have to try.
At 8?
So 8 years old, yeah.
He's telling you at 8, you must start golf.
Yeah. And his parents told my parents, yeah. So when one day, me and my mom, my mom drove my dad to the airport. He should travel somewhere. And then we went to see this new built golf course 30 minutes away from where we were.
But who was your inspiration? Because, the only Swedish golfer I can think of is Jasper Parnevik.
Yeah, no, but it was not. I didn't know. We didn't know anything about golf. My dad never played.
Really?
Yeah, my mom started them 3 years after I started, because she was sitting there anyway.
Yeah.
Right? And my dad worked a lot. But then, we walked in there. There was the first year of that golf course.
Yeah.
Beautiful, huge clubhouse. And then, but they hardly had any members because there was a new club.
Yeah.
So they saw a mother with an 8-year-old walking there.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we don't know about golf. How does this work? So the golf director said, "Hey, come here. Yeah, I'll show you." He gave me my first lesson. Wow. Yeah. Brought it onto the range. And because I played table tennis and racket sports before, so I picked it up and it was so much fun.
I hate you already. Yeah, you pick it up the first time, you're like, whack, 100 yards, whatever.
Right?
Oh.
And it was so much fun. So, and then people ask me, "Oh, you must have practiced so much in your life." So, and actually growing up, I never practiced. Right? I played every day.
Stop it.
I hit balls every day, but it was never practice for me.
Who was the guy that said, wasn't a golfer that said, the more I practice, the luckier I get?
Yeah. Some of them, but probably Gary Player.
It was that sound.
Yeah.
Gary Player, I'm sure it was him, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then, because it never felt like practice.
Yeah.
Because I woke up in the morning and then, on the way to the golf course in the car, I had my glove on.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just waiting. Couldn't wait just to go out and just hit balls.
Yeah.
But it was never practice. It never felt like I had to go and practice because that was the best thing I knew.
Okay.
And I don't have any siblings, so I'm very happy on my own as hitting balls. So not what I did. I was practicing with my friends. And then after a while I said, no, I'm going to go to the other side of the driving range. I got to be on my own. I'm going to hit some balls.
So at what point, though, did you think, I could make a career out of this?
No, never thought about that. It was just fun.
Yeah. But come on. I mean, most kids at that age, we're sitting there going, I want to be an airline pilot, or I want to do this, that, and the other. You know, at what point did you actually think, I could make money and a living out of this?
No, never. You have the dreams because I wanted to be Silver Ballesteros.
Yeah.
And then when I played football, I wanted to be a Diego Maradona. And like that, you have that. But golf was my thing. And it was not about being best in the world. It was always having fun, just being better and better. And you had so much fun playing in the team. And I had so many stories. I have friends for life.
So what did you do? Did you have I'm going to say a normal job? You know what I mean by that, right? So have you ever had a normal job? A 9 to 5.
Yeah. My first job.
Yeah.
It was my first summer job. I was 15. I needed to make some money to in the summer. So then I became the dishwasher at the golf restaurant.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Because then I could practice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes sense.
My second job, the year after, the clubhouse was huge, 3 stores and a really, really nice clubhouse. My second job, I was cleaning the clubhouse.
Brilliant.
Some hoovering. Yeah. 6 to 8 in the morning. I did that. And then I had the whole day and I could play golf.
Just practice.
Yeah.
So when did you turn pro?
When I was 19, I moved to Norway to teach skiing.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm from a village where we have one golf course and we have a mountain.
That was his first career. This is his second.
I was going to say, So how long did you do that for?
No, that was a bit more than a year there because my plan since I was 14, I wanted to work for a travel agency.
Wow.
I knew the name of it because we traveled with that every year. In Sweden, we had to travel away from winters to get some sunlight.
Yeah.
So we always traveled with this Vingresor, the Swedish travel agency, to Gran Canaria and then we Tenerife. So and then a cousin of mine, Annika, she told me that she was working for that agency when I was 14, and I said, "What are you? You can actually work with it." Yeah, that would be perfect for you. You can work with golf and you can work with skiing.
Okay.
And you can play music as an entertainer. So I said, wow, that's great.
Hey, by the way, listeners, we have been serenaded. He saw my guitar in my front room and just went, "Oh, you play the guitar?" And I had to confess to say, "No, I can't play the guitar." So he picks it up, tunes it. It took him about 5 minutes to tune it. It was so out of tune. And then gave us a rendition. So this man is multi-talented. He is, isn't he?
Just like learning things.
Okay.
And it's...
So you've done the skiing then?
And
what, did you then move into travel?
Yeah. So, but you need to be 23 years old to start work for that agency.
Okay.
But then because my high level of golf, my work as a ski instructor and then my music. So then I started to work with them when I was 20.
Gosh.
So I went for an interview in Norway, and I got to it's like a dream come true. So I worked in Crete, And then in Gran Canaria, we golf, Mallorca. But then I won the golf tournament at the Swedish Princess Golf Tournament.
We have a winner.
Yeah. I won that in Mallorca. And then they offered me to work as a golf pro.
Okay.
After that.
Great.
So that's how it is. So
if you right, hang on. So you were an amateur then, right?
Yeah, I was an amateur. Yeah.
So when you win it, what do you get as an amateur?
No, there was there was no big money in that. It was just like
Just the kudos of winning, I think.
yeah, it was like a big tournament and with a lot of VIP people.
Oh, okay. But it got you noticed.
Yeah. So, and it was at the private course Santa Ponsa 2.
Yeah.
And then they had the Swedish pro there, Roy Löfgren. Yeah. For that too.
So you took what, a millisecond to think about it when they said, "Do you want to be a job?"
Sure.
Let me think about it. Oh yes.
Yeah, and it was great. So my first education as a golf pro was a 3 hours dinner in Puerto Portals in Mallorca.
Wow.
And then when he told me, okay, stick to the basics, because he knew how to play. I could talk to people, a bit of languages, and then I could just, I could back it up with I knew all the basics. I just didn't have the education yet to teach. But then, so he left me there, and I was teaching there, and it went really, really well. And then I really got into teaching, and then I took the education and stuff.
I'm going to ask you a question now, right? And this is every golfer feels like this, right? So we sit there and, we'll hit a drive, right? And 9 times out of 10, we're like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's gone off to the left, gone off to the right, it's not going very far. But then there will always be a couple of shots in a round that make you go, piece of cake this, right? I'm a pro, I can do this. And that's what brings us back, right? Because we got a hole in one, we got a par, we hit one 240 yards, and we think, this is it, it's easy. Why can't we do it every shot? Right?
Yeah.
So what is it? Tell us what the secret is.
I mean, everyone that comes and see me, they in the door to the academy and said, I would like to be more consistent.
Yeah.
Okay, so how consistent are you in practicing? No, I don't practice. So if you want to be consistent, practice more consistently. If you want to improve faster, then have someone who can coach you in the right direction. But you have to put the work in. You have someone that helps you along the way to save time, so you don't go detours working on something that doesn't really help.
Can you do aimless practice? Because many a time I've gone to driving range and I've just hit a few balls and I'm not really thinking, have I got it right? I just hit it and just see what happens. And I sit there and I go, am I actually teaching myself anything here, or am I just smacking the golf ball?
Yeah, and that's the easiest excuse for everyone.
Yeah.
It's like that. And like, no, I'm not going to go to the right range. I might practice something wrong.
Yeah.
So, no, go and hit balls and find your way, because it's very important to separate two things. Technique and skill.
Yeah.
You have so many golfers out there that have, maybe the technique is not the best. Probably when you started to play golf, no lessons, but as a tennis player, you will find a way to hit that ball.
Yeah.
Probably you were hooking a little bit in the beginning, because tennis players have a little more flatter swing. So you find a way, you have a good hand and eye coordination. Yeah. And I see quite often on the driving range, people helping each other. I think, and that's fine. You help each other as long as you know what you're doing, right? So, but then you have a very skillful player with not a good technique, teaching another player that doesn't have the hands for it, but have better technique. And the skillful players, no, you should swing like this because that works for me. So it's all down to if you have a good hand and eye coordination, and which is just the amount of balls you hit. So you hit balls on a good, bad day. You can have a bad session. It's still good practice.
Right, be honest with me. Have you ever come across anybody that is unteachable?
No.
Come on.
No.
Right, so my challenge to you is, I'm sorry, Chris, this is my other half, if she's listening.
Yeah.
I said, because Chris wants to learn how to play. She has no coordination whatsoever.
Yeah.
And yet she thinks she can go down to a golf course and she can start practicing. So I'm going to bring her to you, Thomas, and you, right? I don't know how many lessons that she's going to need, but in one lesson, could you get them to at least start hitting a ball?
I mean, I'm more like a a time saver.
Okay.
She can go out there and she can just try and get going. And she's probably going to have some clubs and maybe not picking the right club to start with.
Yeah.
And then, so we're so fortunate to hear in Hacienda, we've got a 6-hole academy course, which is fantastic to go out there for new players and experienced players as well. But I did this even when I was working San Roque Club. That was started there 2010. Actually, even in Sweden, we had a 3-hole course there. So I started my beginners lessons.
Yeah.
First, what we did, and I still do it until today. We start with putting, 1 ball only.
Yeah.
And we play 9 holes on the putting green.
Yeah.
And we count par 2, and we see how many over par they are. So maybe they play 12 over par in 9 holes, maybe 15 over, maybe 8 or whatever. And then they get into understanding the counting, and then if there are 2, 3 or 4 of them, they know what orders. I teach a game first, so they know how to play, and then we go up and we hit a few chip shots. So just chip it on the green with the 9-iron. Just deal off the 9-iron, and I tell them, and this is good for everyone that's listening to this. If you're going to try to help someone in chipping, teach them how to hit the ball low. Because sorry, I can go on forever.
Well, I don't want to get a full lesson out of you here, because you've got to go and see the guy and pay for a lesson, right? So you're not going to get it free. Listen to this.
I'm beginning so many free lessons.
But what about how important, right? Is because I see it a lot, and I put that to ego, right? Where people go, "Oh, I play with a Titleist Pro V1," and I sit there and I go, "Really?" Right? Because you lose pretty much all of them, right? You're not getting the benefit out of it, but in their heads, they feel, I need a Pro V1 because that's going to make me a better player. And you sit there and go, actually, there's loads of golf balls out there.
Yeah.
So again, for someone starting, is a ball, hard, soft, whatever, is that important? Because will that help them? Because if you're hitting with a hard ball, you're going to get not as much control as if you would with a softer ball.
Less spin. So I mean, the Pro V1s, all that high level golfers, they're good.
Are they wasting money for like a high handicapper?
No, they wouldn't want to feel any difference in it.
Yeah.
But they're good. I would say like that: pick a ball that you like.
Yeah.
But try to stick to the same model and same brand.
Okay.
Don't have like 20 different balls. Just stick to one brand.
Right.
So you learn how to like that.
I'm laughing because my golf bag's full of every brand. I'm a mid-level player. I'm 25 handicaps, and only until the last year, 18 months, have I felt the difference in the ball. Previous to that, the 4 or 5 years before that, I couldn't tell the difference between a ball. And I think where I found the difference is on the green for me. Yeah. The way it hits when I hit it with the putter, the reaction I get from the ball is the difference I feel. But I would still say, for me, at my level, coming down the fairway, I wouldn't know whether it made any difference or not. Now, it probably does, but I'm not at that level yet where I'm going, it's really important for me to buy Pro V1s. But I concentrate other bits and pieces for now. But I think going forward, I've started to favour Titleist and Strixon.
Yes.
Because they seem to have the same feel for me. And I've sort of gone, right, I'll leave all the others. So Brian gets all the calories, he likes them. And I'll play with anything else. But generally, you may find so many balls, you end up playing with a variety of balls anyway.
Well, I know when I started, in my mind, the focus when I started was, how far can I hit it? So I got the hardest ball. It was like, I think it was a Greg Norman Shark brand, right? It was like a rock, right? And you could hit this thing, and it would go over a mile. And I'd be sitting there, why am I getting no spin? Like the pros do. And I'm thinking, I'm never going to spin with this rock, right? And so you then start thinking, I'll try a different one. So I'm very much, if I can, I'll play mainly with Strixons.
But then people buy the Pro V1s and fantastic balls, but they haven't cleaned the grooves in a year. So how can you don't get the performance out of it?
And you think all those they're like little tiny 1%, right? But they make a big difference, don't they?
Yeah, but I mean, okay. So why are the grooves on the golf club?
Okay.
What are the grooves?
To get that kind of control, spin.
Just to get the ball flying.
Yeah, the friction. Yeah, it has nothing to do with friction. But then remember years ago when they changed from the U-shaped grooves to a V-shaped groove.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but that's the bottom of the groove that is more narrow in the V shape instead of the U shape. So the U-shaped groove club, where you could hit the ball from the rough and still get more spin out of it. But when they change to the V shape, so how can the bottom of the the bottom of the groove? How can that doesn't create friction? So why
is it cutting through the grass or?
Airflow?
I don't know. You've got us on this one. We can maybe
yeah.
We're a bit lost.
Message in everybody if you know.
Yeah. So
That's why the pros on.
exactly. That's why you do what you do.
So if you have a clean club face, and you hit the ball from a tee, there's nothing in between the ball and the clubs. It's just air, right?
Yeah.
That's it, and you get the friction. Great. If you have grass between the ball and the club, you have less friction, less backspin, right? If you have water between the club and the ball, it's less friction. The grooves are there to separate that. So when you hit the ball,
like a tire.
So when you hit, if there's some grass between the ball and the club, that grass goes into the grooves.
Got you.
When you had the U-shaped grooves, there was more grass that could fit into the grooves than the V shape.
Yeah,
that's where you could hit it well from the rough.
Now, new.
So
I didn't know. That's new for me.
Clean your clubs.
Clean the
change
clubs.
your wedges. If you have your wedges for 10 years and you say, I can't spin it. No.
Yeah, you will be.
I can't spin it with that club either.
Right, I'm not going to don't get too technical on me now, right? And if you're not into this, then let's move on. But what about clubs? Because again, I started off with a basic set, right? And I always in my head wanted to get Titleist clubs, right? Because I always thought they were the number one brand. And then, but you go into some of these golf shops. Oh my God, they change every year. There's all different types of finishes on them, types of heads, big heads, and the backs. And you sit there and you go, oh my, I don't know what do I need here, right? Is it a blade? Is it, oh God.
World of confusion.
It absolutely is, right? So if people come to you, Thomas, can you sort them out with a set of clubs?
Yeah. So I don't sell them here. I recommend to some shops here,
right?
And I have the because I have my TrackMan studio.
Yeah.
So today I mentioned one of the juniors that we have here, and she needs to go into regular shafts now. So men's club.
So you can do. So I could bring my clubs down because I supposedly had them custom fit for me, right? In terms of the shaft and the length and everything else. You know, they might be wrong now. They might be wrong for me. I've hardly played with them, but but could people come to you as part of a lesson?
Yeah.
And you can tell them whether or not they've got the right club.
Yeah. I have all the tools for the custom fitting there.
There you go.
For the loft and line, and also measure the distances, but mainly measure the swing speed to measure that, and so you have the right shaft. And
so get yourself down there, everybody, because it's not just how to play, right? It's also the gear that you've got.
Yeah. It's very important.
I've been lucky to have one of the lessons with TrackMan, and it was very, very successful in a short period of time, showing me not only what it looked versus felt like when I was doing the swing correctly to incorrectly, but the ball speed, the flight, the spin, the drop, everything was analysed very, very quickly and broken down extremely well that I could understand it as a novice. To say, you need to do this, and what did you do differently there? And I went, well, I just held my arms in the air a bit longer, or I go it further back. And we could break it down really quickly for me as a novice to go, okay, in my head when I hit, I need to do that, not that.
And how accurate are these TrackMan? Because, when I've been on driving ranges, I think they're rubbish because, my drive is only going 140 yards. I'm joking, everyone. So are they really accurate now? Is the technology that good? Not just on the driving range, but what about when you're hitting into a white screen?
The best thing with the TrackMan, because it's a proper radar. It's a Doppel radar.
Yeah.
So it follows the ball until it lands.
Yeah.
Right? Or just before it lands, depends on how we can see it. So it follows that, and with all that data, so it really tracks the spin rate, analyzes the ball, and then the calculus also for the impact from that.
Okay.
With the club speed, and it has so many parameters on that, which is more my job then.
Yeah.
So then if I have a new player, maybe I only put the yards there.
Okay.
And maybe swing speed or yardage, and I keep all the numbers for me. But it's good to have some feedback. You say, wow, now I hit it over 50 yards. I hit it over 70 yards. my 9-iron goes 90 yards.
So is that part of your standard lesson that you offer them?
Yeah.
With TrackMan? Every lesson you stick on TrackMan.
Yeah, I always have it there, and then if we use it or not, but it's also included in the.
So take me through this then, if I can ask. So again, I'm thinking about people that want to come over. So if they're thinking of coming to HDA, and it's a golf resort, and they maybe want to go and think, well, I want to dabble in golf, and they come to you, right? Yeah. What would your advice be to someone who's fairly new? Do they take a package off you for 5 lessons, for example? I don't know. I mean, what would you recommend for someone, right? And how would you stage that? So what can they expect in each of those lessons?
Yeah. So first of all, if you have holiday maker, you also here for a week.
Yeah.
It's a different story.
Yeah.
So someone's staying in a hotel or someone renting something here. And then we're going to have a couple of lessons, but then they're going to go home back to their own coach again.
Yeah.
So I'm then giving the data. I'm not into changing swings, like adding things to the swing to make it more complicated.
Yeah.
I'm more like a swing cleaner. I'm trying to take away the movements that you don't need.
Yeah.
Right. And then, but if you like to hit the ball 20 yards further, okay, maybe then you have to add a little bit more turn in the backswing. Then we're adding things, but we try to make a swing as clean as possible. If someone's coming for a week, we give some lessons, try to change as less as possible, just more so they know what to work on.
Okay.
If they, I want to take away a couple of lessons ago, I had some clients and they wanted to slice, to take away the slice.
Right. Yeah.
And then I've got them to learn how to hook.
Yeah.
But then they had to put in that work, and then I'd say, okay, now go back to your coach at home and you talk about this and that, and then so that's what I help you.
Could you teach me how to aim?
Yeah.
Because my problem has always been, I love it when people say, just draw it around. I'm thinking, what? Can they actually, when you see these pros, they are shaping shots, right? And you sit there and I'm going, I just want to get it forward, right? Yeah. I just want to get it out there. I'm not thinking about left or right, right?
So it's, and that's why, so when you have then if people that live here, or they come back and forth about the more restaurants here, and that's a different way because then I'm acting more as a coach.
Yeah.
It's more long-term. And I mean, for example, if you have a package, now I don't really have packages anymore.
Okay.
But we can always make something about it. But it's.
But how soon should they get in touch with you? I mean, you sound like you're a very busy chap.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
So don't turn up here, everybody, on the Monday and give them a call. Expect to be in on a Tuesday, right?
No. So normally it's I'm very fortunate. So I'm busy. So a week, 2 weeks ahead.
So, and how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, the best thing always WhatsApp.
Okay.
It's much better. So I say it's very nice. We can write it later. I don't know, but it's.
Well, you say WhatsApp. That's fine for people that have known you before. But if I'm new, do I find you on Facebook or?
Yeah. So now we're going to launch the website yougolfacademy.com.
Okay, cool.
But it's going to take a while, and everything takes a bit of a while. And then, but otherwise, at the moment on YouGolf Academy by Thomas Johansson.
Okay.
And you find me on mail on Facebook.
And how many people do you take at any one? Is there a limit on your lesson numbers?
No, but we have groups.
Yeah.
Group lessons, it's 6 in group.
Okay.
To keep the quality.
Yeah.
So for example, by far the best thing is to do, and now when it's getting a little bit cooler after the summer, so it's mid-September, we're going to start again with the 2-day camps.
Okay.
Move them to the weekends. We're going to do 3 hours on Saturday mornings, 3 hours on Sunday mornings. And that's could be even complete beginner to a really good player in the same group. And that doesn't matter because we're going to go through, putt, chip, pitch, bunker, wedges, irons, hybrids, woods, and drives. And
for someone like me, right, who's not a beginner, but wants to obviously improve his game, and my biggest problem, I think, is course management.
Yeah.
Right. So, could I pay for a lesson on the course, maybe around the 6-course little academy?
Yeah.
So you will come out on a 1-to-1, right, and show me how to play the course.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so me just a 1 hour lesson. No, I do 50 minutes lessons, and we can just play a few holes out there.
Yeah, because obviously then you'll be sitting again, Chris. Because then I might know how to play out the rough. It'll be like,
So it's the best way is to have a playing lesson out there, as an assessment.
Yeah.
And you say that. So tomorrow we'll have a 9-hole lesson with the family.
Yeah.
On big course then. But otherwise, the best way as an assessment is to, if you have this 2 days course, because then we can see your strengths and your weaknesses in every part of the game.
Okay.
Right? And because everyone, no matter what level, you can always learn. You can always improve your putting, chip, pitch, and all the short game, long game, and everything.
Right.
So, but the problem that I see many players do is the quality of practice.
Yeah.
Right. So, what separates them the real top players in the world? If they want to improve something, you can have maintenance practice. That's when you practice a little bit on everything. Then you maintain your level.
Yeah.
You're not really improving. So, for example, let's say if we've done a course, a 2-day course, and you see that, but you struggle with the long putts.
Yeah.
Your short putts okay, but your long putts, that's where you lose most shots in your game, right? Compared to bunker shots and everything like that. So, I would recommend you to work on long putts now or putting in general for 1 month.
Yeah.
And you really focus on one thing for 1 month, right? Because then you're going to improve that. You're going to improve your putting after 1 month. So if you have, say, a lesson once a week in a month, and then you practice twice between that, you will improve your putting.
Okay.
Then you go into another month. Then so if you say your putting was a level 3, now your putting is level 5.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you go into maintenance practice, and you say, the month after, now I'm going to work on my driver. I'm going to add more distance on my driver. I want to try to just put your number. Level 4, I'm going to try to get it to level 5 now, right? Okay. And you still maintenance practice with your putting. So that's not going to go down. So you focus on one thing at a time. So that's why,
that's good.
That's what we're leading into, because we're going to launch a new thing now.
Okay.
October.
Hot off the press, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we do like a scoop on the pod. Come on.
And that's going to be something called Wednesday practice.
Okay.
Yeah. So then, when you know, with our help, or if you know already before what you want to improve.
Yeah.
For example, then if you pick putting. The hours might change, but let's say, every Wednesday morning at 9:00, we're going to have a putting group, and it's a schedule from a program for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So start with first week in October, and we do that from 9:00 to 9:50 every Wednesday, and you do that for 4 times, and you practice in between. You will improve your putting. Then we have a short game session as a 10:00 for different player who really want to work with the short game. And then probably the ones that's going to be more full is going to be the driver session.
Okay.
So they're going to have that at 1 hour. So you work on one thing at a time, and then...
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and then say, if you really like this, and you continue. If you improve your putting in October, improve your drive then in November, and then your short game in December.
Now, again, people, if you do come to the academy on HDA, they do have mats, right? Yeah. But you also have grass tees to practice on. So when they're on the lesson, I mean, drive is not so bad practicing on a mat, right? But when you come to your long irons and your fairway woods, you would take them on the grass tees.
Yeah. So normally when group lessons we are from the grass tee.
Yeah, because you just get a different bounce.
Yeah. So it's and it's real. Sometimes if you're really new, then we start from the mats.
Yeah,
because just to get the
you don't want hacking up the practice.
Yeah, no, but just to get the and sometimes you practice from the tee as well, even with the irons. Just to get the contact there.
Yeah,
and to get.
Okay, well, that sounds interesting.
It does, doesn't it?
So I just have to go back to that when beginners lessons, when we done the chipping first, the putting and then the chipping, then we actually go out and we play from 50 meters on the course. So my students.
That's a good idea. It's a very good idea.
Yeah, so my beginner students, they are actually playing on the course before they've been hitting a single shot on the driving range. I've done that for so many years, and it's great because then chipping around, and the goal is to have 6 shots from 50 yards.
Yeah.
And it's and they're not trying to whack it; they control it more, and then if they manage to have 6 shots from 50, then we go to 100 and we play from there.
Because that's the key area where you're going to get your handicap down, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the 50 and the 100 range.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
going to make the difference. If you can correct that and improve that, it's going to make.
Well, what they say is it drive for show, putting for dough.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right? So I'm gonna maybe this is a little bit left field, right? You might not have an answer for this, but I notice I'm the only one around the table who's wearing glasses, right? And my eyesight is pretty terrible, right?
Yeah.
And I have to wear different glasses for distance as opposed to medium and also reading, right?
Yeah.
I can't use varifocals, right? Because I find those hard to deal with, right? So when I'm over the ball, right, I tend to use my medium lens, right? So I can see the ball, but then I lose it when it's gone down the fairway, right? So I sit down and think, oh, do you know what? What can I do about that?
Yeah.
Is there any kind of special kind of glasses that people have for sports?
The problem when you have the different
The varifocal.
because then when you at the top of your backswing, you look in a different angle, and then you lose the sight of the ball a bit because it gets blurry.
Yeah, that's right.
Like that. So stick to one strength.
Right. So when I'm playing with you, Sue, you're my long distance.
Yes, that's why people like to play in groups.
Yeah.
There was a spotter.
Yeah.
It's usually the younger person in the group who's got the good eyesight who goes, right, your ball's just left that bunker there.
Yeah, because I'm terrible, honestly. Yeah.
And they spot the balls for everybody else. So you're not the only one.
And I use bright balls sometimes just to help.
Yeah.
Because what they need tracer balls. you know, like those tracer bullets. You need a ball which leaves a little tracer so you can see it in the air. But that's an age thing, right? So sorry.
No, it's great. But it's the main thing. You have to see the ball.
Yeah,
that's better. So look, but then also for the focus on it. But I work so much with buying golfers.
Well, I wanted to come on to this because everybody. So not only has he been a ski instructor, a good tennis player. Table tennis, right? By the way, I'm going to take you on a table. I love table tennis. I can't find anyone to play at table tennis. I am, and you've heard this, listeners. I am the Maldives champion on table tennis.
Oh, is that a challenge? I hit?
Yeah.
I haven't played it 20 years, right? But my eyesight's gone down. But I loved it. Anyway, so you've done all that, and then, like I say, I was reading up on your history before this interview, and I was really intrigued to see that you help disability golfers. Yeah. So there was a blind golfer who won the Olympics. Was it?
Yes. So I was teaching at the San Roque Club.
Yeah.
From 2010 to 2016.
Yeah.
Beautiful golf course in southern Spain, very close to in Gibraltar.
Right.
And there I got to know Paul Appleyard, who's a very good friend, comes here and visits me 3 months every year with wife Angie. And he came to me. He was third. He came third in the English championships as blind.
Is he totally blind?
He can. He's only got the peripheral vision, so he can't see for. It's a macular disease. So he can't see forward, but he can only see sideways. But you can't focus on that.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, when the ball is teed up then, and he's got to hit it, if he can't see in front of him, does he address it differently?
Yeah, you have to look to the side. You have to look to the side so you can see that there's something blurry there, that there's some object there. I think I always play with the guide and he's here, and we play together, and Angie's the ball spotter. So he came to me with the challenge.
Yeah.
So I have a dream. I want to become the world champion in golf. And he said, "Can you help me with that?" I said,
wow.
Yeah, and I said, "Yeah."
That's a challenge, right?
Yeah, and I said, straight away, I said, "Yeah, sure. If you're ready to put in the hard work, I'm sure I can convert you into world champion." And he really worked hard. So he changed his physique, nutrition, hard work there, and we put up a really good plan with how to practice.
Wow.
Structure plan. We did the technique changes that we needed to do.
Yeah.
And then really work on the feel around the greens. And the last 2 months before the World Championships in Australia, 2014, we worked now we're good. Yeah, now we have to learn how to get the most out of what we got. It's too late to change anything more now. It's good. You also play with that little fade, and it's good. And then I couldn't go with him to Australia. but then he managed to win the
Brilliant.
World Blind Golf Championship. The overall winner for all is 3 different categories.
Yeah.
So he's in the category that they have some vision, but then so he's in the 3rd category. In the 1st category, they completely blind, and so they don't see anything, and they play with the mask over, so they can't see anything. But he's the overall blind golf.
And do they play handicap?
No.
As in handicap, like
They have as well, but he's the overall with no handicap.
So you have to play like scratch golf.
No, scratch golf. So he was, I think, lowest he had was down to 6 handicap.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. Yeah, it's hard work.
Shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then the challenge came then to say, okay, which is much more difficult then when he wanted to defend. It's every 2 years. So he wanted to defend the title with much more pressure. And that was in Japan, Tokyo. So I went there with him.
Wow.
And managed to do that. And
did he defend it?
Yeah, it is. And we're good friends. So I.
So now I'd have done the mic drop and just gone, that's it. I'm out here now. Right?
Yeah.
I've done it twice. I defended it. And
so it's shout out to Paul.
Good on
If
him.
you listen to it, it's great.
Or if he's listening, and if he is listening, get yourself on this pod. Get in touch because, oh my God, I want to speak to him.
Oh, yeah, that would be fantastic. And you can learn so much from him.
Yeah. Well, that's an inspiration.
The
Yeah.
mind.
What an inspiration.
Amazing. But what the change was, it's good for everyone to just tell them the story about that. So on the first day, it was 2 days a competition in Tokyo, and after the first day, he didn't play that well because I was very afraid of scoring, afraid of losing, afraid of missing.
Yeah.
So very restricted. So that's why I could say technically he didn't hit it well, and because during the round I can't say anything. I'm
Yeah.
not allowed to talk to him during the round as a coach. So he's got his guide following him and helping him.
Are they allowed
With
to
the
help?
aiming, with the alignment and everything. So the caddy guy, but I just have to observe. So what I could see then, because of his tension, he didn't turn enough in the backswing. He tried to steer it and didn't get the shape he wanted. But it was only 2 shots after. Anyway, so it was still in
the tournament. Yeah.
And afterwards, then it becomes the denial. I mean, it was such good friends. That's why I can talk about this. And then he was more denial. I asked him, how did you play? No, it wasn't too bad. It was still okay. And then, after dinner again, they said the same thing. No, it wasn't that bad. I'm still in the game like that. And then I said, okay, so I need to have a chat with you. We're downstairs in the hotel.
Yeah.
And sat down there. And then he tells me still today that I gave him a verbal slapping. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I told him, you were, that wasn't good. I can't say the word, but that wasn't good. Because you did this and that, because I could see you blocked.
Yeah.
So what you need to do, you have to get, because we're open-minded with the mental focus and this motivational speaker helping others. So I said, come on, you have to get your head out of your body.
Yeah.
And how would you coach yourself? If you look at that, and then there was tears, we were crying and everything, but we got it out there.
Yeah.
And then what happened the day after? Alarm was 6 o'clock, 5:30. He knocked at the door. It's a team meeting, and then he was in charge. He told us all his emotions, what he needed to do, and then he went out and showed his personal best.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So it was only a 2-round.
And lots of pressure, but he just got the most out of it and just let go of the fear. And he accepted that. He told us about that, how he feel, how afraid he was to losing it. And when you let go of that and you just have to perform it, nothing technical. So I was there as a coach.
But that's amazing. Not only is his attitude and his inspiration, but also from a coaching perspective, because that's got to be really hard to be able to teach someone who is registered blind, right? Because it must be difficult to actually show them what to do. It's all got to be up here, right?
Yeah.
And get them to visualize that.
Because I could see the technical fault.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to tell him that because I knew there was the tension in the body that prevented him to turn enough, and that was a different shape of the ball.
Wow.
So I had to change a person to do that, which you need that friendship, and you need to have the trust between the coach and the player to do that. So
well, that is amazing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Inspirational.
Yeah. And that got me into then to start a program in Gibraltar for the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
So Paul was working in Gibraltar, and he got me in contact with the Special Olympics program.
Yeah.
And in Gibraltar they don't have a golf course.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's start this. So that was for kids, and adults as well with autism.
To get in touch, leave us a WhatsApp voice note on +44 7503 061 799. That's +44 7503 061 799. Or text us on the same number.
Hi, listeners. I'm going to cut it at that point here because purely because of time. We might come back and have a part 2 of that great interview that we did with Thomas, and also to have a bit of a catch up with Sue, because there's been some exciting developments on HDA golf. Those of you that maybe have visited us over the last 18 months, 2 years, and thought, well, the course isn't in great condition, everything else. Well, it's now been sold. The golf course, the golf club, and all the sports facilities like the old football pitches and everything else, they've all now been sold on to a developer, and they've now just shut the course, the golf club down for a couple of weeks. We're in mid-August 25 at the moment. But they're doing that because they're completely revamping it. They're going to staff it a lot better. They're investing in the golf course and all the other sports facilities. So exciting times ahead. And, I'll get Sue to give you an update on that one, or maybe on the next pod, because, I'm really looking forward to what's coming up. So in the next sort of couple of months, we should be seeing massive differences on HDA. So get yourselves back here. It's quite exciting times. But I just want to say thank you to Thomas there, because I thought that was a really interesting interview with him. And like I say, we might put out part 2 on there, because he tells us some interesting stuff about, his what clubs he uses, what balls he uses, and a whole bunch of other bits and pieces. So we get to know Thomas a little bit better. But if you want to get improve your golf and get in touch with Thomas, best is to look him up on Facebook, Thomas Johansson on HDA or UGolf, and book some time with him. Tell him that we sent you over. And you never know, he'll look after. Well, he looks after everybody, but get down there to see him, and remember to book it early, because he is a busy chap. But hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back hopefully in the next couple of weeks with some more updates. Take care.
This week's episode has come to an end, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
To get in touch, leave us a WhatsApp voice note on +44 7503 061 799. That's +44 7503 061 799. Or text us on the same number.
Brought to you by Funky Bear Productions. Follow us on our socials @Funky Bear Productions.